basketball side, it looked like Kevin Porter Jr. kind of went through some work at practice. Where is he progressing maybe quicker than you thought?
Yeah, probably quicker than we thought would be the answer, but there's no return date or anything like that. So,
Coach, I want to circle back to something you said a few weeks ago.
who are you and where are you from?
I'm so sorry. My name is Dan Zakshewski, Outkick.com.
Outkick is a Fox
That's
group.
correct. Yes, sir.
So you guys are here to celebrate Pioneers Day with us, huh?
Of course. And
that's pretty cool. I love that. Yeah.
A few weeks ago, you said the shooting of Renee Good in Minnesota was, quote, a straight-up murder, and you called the broader ICE situation a, quote, travesty. Now that some time has passed, do you still stand by those words? And when you said murder, can you explain if you meant that in the legal sense or as a moral condemnation of the situation?
Both. And I don't change that at all. You know, my dad was a cop. My best friend is a cop. And he's probably more upset about it than me. I thought there's the training of ICE is horrible. We all know that. And being in Minnesota where there's 130,000, I think, documented people, why not Texas where there's 1.7 million undocumented? I look at our league, look at the NBA. We're celebrating Pioneers Day today, right? And I look at our league and I think Elijah one could have been taken off the streets. But we would, right now, the way brown people feel, only the brown people would be taken off the streets. And it's just not right, and it's not morally right. So I stand by my words 100%.
Are you saying that brown people in this country legally should be worried about ICE? Just want to
Yeah, we all should be. Yeah, if you're walking down the street and Tom Homan, who is the head of DHS, said that they're targeting people by their color and if they can speak the language. If you're brown, you're nervous because I don't see anybody going in the Ukrainian villages and arresting anybody. All we can go by is what we see. That's all I can go by. I'm not saying I'm 100% right about everything. I think everybody in this room, I would say, wants a safer America. I don't know if what we're doing right now is making us safer. I know there's two people in Minnesota who would definitely disagree with that.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah. Back to basketball.
Pioneers Day.
But life is more important, as you guys know.
Pioneers Day, and I mean, you've been head of the Celtics organization as well, that was at the forefront.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a part of this day?
It's awesome. It's so funny, and I hate to keep going back to this. What I think Pioneers Day represents to me is America. Red Auerbach is responsible for our achievements as much as anyone else. He didn't see color. He wanted to make the league a better league, and he kept doing it with hiring Bill Russell as coach. I mean, you think about this city that's had its ups and downs race-wise, but you have this one guy. And I got it a little bit, but when you come here and you coach here, boy, you really get it with Red. Like you really get what he was about. And so Pioneers Day, first game being here, for me, obviously, been a coach here for 9 years means a lot.
What does it mean for the league to be honoring this?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good for history because, we live in a time right now where, our history is being, whitewashed, a lot of it. And I think you learn a lot through history. You have to. I think that's our problem. We need to teach history, whether it's bad or good. We need to teach it more. I think it was B.J. Edgecombe, and I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. They told him about Pioneers Day, and he said, "What is that?" And I think he met one of the guys or heard about one of the guys, and he had never heard of him. And so what did he do? He went back and he read about him, and he learned about him. And I'm thinking, wow, that's awesome. That's what history does, and I think it's good for our young players to learn the history.
That's what I was going to ask you. The disconnect of generations, the league has gotten so young over the past maybe 10, 15 years. Do you think young players know that they didn't just land here to this place and that there was so much
I actually think it's better now. As crazy as that sounds, we didn't have NBA today, or we couldn't get on the internet when I was a kid. You know, everything was a book. We had to go to the library. And on my way to the library, usually I would stop at 10th Park and I wouldn't go to the library, you know. These kids, the information is out there for them. Now, some may not be true. Some, you know, it's hard to know what you're reading now with AI and all this stuff. But I do think they have a better understanding of music. I think they have a better understanding of the history of our league more than they ever have because they get to watch it.
Doc, what do you do with the locker room to make sure the players understand a day like
Well, we have like a layup, I would call. Bobby played with Sweetwater, yeah, and so we're gonna show a video before the game of Bobby's acting career. The guys don't know this is coming, so please don't bring this up to them. And Bobby is gonna say a couple of things. So in this case, it's a layup for us.
Doc, some of the anxiety that comes with the time right now, I'm sure you're not the only one in the locker room that's feeling it. In some ways, is basketball a little bit of a refuge? Do you get the sense for yourself and even the players to separate a little bit from some of the stuff that's going on?
Well, I'm joking by saying this, but hell, we've lost how many games in a row?
Maybe not at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a refuge right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I think all of our jobs, I think the best part, I've been in this league a long time, and the good thing about doing that, probably all of you, doing your job is you get for a moment to forget about life when you work. And that's cool, you know, or when you have kids and like when I call my grandkids, they could care less what the score was at that moment or basically how I'm feeling, you know, but what they do is give me an amazing amount of joy. And I think all the players, all of us, you get to perform and do something you love. I think for me, because I get closer to the end, I feel it more probably than a young player. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to be able to do what we do and lose sight of life.
Doc, you were forced in this situation with the Clippers. Does a situation like that help prepare you for addressing questions like you did at the beginning?
Yeah, I don't know is the answer. I don't know. I've been lucky or unlucky, you know. I don't know if being with that, going through that Clipper thing was lucky or unlucky, but we made it through it. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think life prepares us all for everything. You go through things. Sometimes you say the right stuff. Sometimes you say the wrong stuff. I've always, even when people say the wrong things to me, it's always if the intention was right, if they were trying to get to the right thing. That's what I try to judge more than anything.
What's the kind of the key to aging well in this game? I mean, do you have to try to change even some of the references?
Are you talking about my looks right now?
I'm just talking about all of us.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, well, thank you. That's very nice. I don't know what it is. You know, I love coaching. I think the number one thing in this, I love coaching. I love it. And it's hard right now. You know, I had a very close family member he's a friend. It's actually the cop that I was talking about. It's like, why are you, what? And I said, I love what I'm doing. Like he noticed that he felt like I was you don't enjoy losing. You don't enjoy, but you do enjoy trying to figure it out. And I still love I have Rondo, you know, on staff, you know, part-time. I'm watching Rondo's son play. You know, the relationships are still there. And so I think that's why you do it, the teaching, you know, but damn, the winning is what you want. That's what we all are here for, to win. And when we're not, it's no fun.
Doc, kind of to the earlier point in this press conference, you've been one of the people that's been very willing to speak out when things are going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that comes with a cost.
Yeah.
Do you ever weigh that cost? And when you ever talk to players about like the consequences of that?
Yeah, I don't.
And why have you been able to do that?
I don't know why. I just feel like when I think things are morally wrong, you know, it's funny. I don't get into the politics of, you know, the economy, who feels what president is better. I mean, it's all going back and forth. I don't get involved in that. I just think when things are morally wrong, it shouldn't be me. It should be everybody in this room. It should be everybody. If you feel strongly about it, you know, what we see on the streets right now, that you cannot morally feel good about that. No American can. And that's why I speak out. And I do tell our guys there are consequences. You know, there was an Arthur Ashe, there was a Muhammad Ali, there was a Howard Cosell. You know, they all spoke out, and some paid consequences for it. That's just part of it.
Doc, how do you keep this group connected through adversity, especially what you're experiencing as a player?
Every day, just trying. I mean, it's hard. Like, it is hard. They get. I think it's so much harder now to win, and it's harder now to lose, as well, because there's more access to all of our players, and they get to read how bad they are and how bad they're doing, or how good they are and how good they're doing, and it's tougher. You know, it used to be easier because the only voice they heard was mine, or their assistant coaches. Now they hear everybody's, and so, you know, every day we just try to reassure them that we're on the right track, we're doing the right things. But at the end of the day, you got to win a game to make them feel good. You need proof, and that's what we're looking for. Thanks, guys.